Welcome to today's live reading from Ramayana, the story of Lord Ram, compiled by Bhaktivikas Swami. We are reading from Kanda at the moment, and hopefully we will conclude it today. So we have been reading so far that Hanuman, he is doing his leelas around the Lanka now. He has met Sita Mata already, and he's actually trying to judge for himself all about Lanka and gather as much information he can before he leaves for Kishkindha again. After going around the city, Hanuman paused to gaze upon the fire, feeling great satisfaction. Remember, his tail has been set on fire. So this is from there onwards. Hanuman paused to gaze upon the fire, feeling great satisfaction. Then Hanuman went to the ocean and extinguished the fire on his tail and contemplated his return to Ram. As he again turned to witness the fire consuming Lanka, Hanuman suddenly became filled with a terrible apprehension as he heard the screams of dying Rakshasas. What a fool I have been, the screams of dying Rakshasas. What a fool I have been to set fire to Lanka, Hanuman thought. What if Sita also has been burned? Just see the result of uncontrolled anger. So another very important lesson for all of us, Hanumanji is giving. That he just set fire to Lanka without contemplating the consequences. It is the most sinful trait of living entity, for it causes him to act indiscriminately. Indeed, what is there an enraged man will do or say? A person under the sway of anger can murder his own gurus or parents and insult the great souls. Only one who has learned to control his anger deserves to be called human being. If I cause the death of Sita, then I have killed my master as well, and I shall have to give up my life as atonement. To hell with the foolish nature of the monkey. So Hanumanji is cursing himself being in the body of monkey, which produces actions born of passion and anger. Passionate acts always give uncertain results. In this case, I may have brought about mass destruction. If Sita has died, Ram and Lakshman will no longer be able to live. Then one after the other, Bharat, Shatrugna, Sugriv and many others will give up their lives. Without the shelter of these exalted persons, all other living entities will gradually become disinterested in life. Thus, it may be that I have unwittingly become the cause for the destruction of the entire world. As Hanuman lamented in this way, he suddenly observed several auspicious omens and concluded that the virtuous Sita could not have been harmed, indeed, by the mercy of Ram. Even I was not burnt by the fire, what to speak of his beloved consort. The purity of her character alone is sufficient to protect her. The strength of her austerities, her devotion to truth, and her dedication to Lord Ram are more powerful than fire itself. All along the Siddhas, Charans, and celestial beings had been praising Hanuman for his heroic exploits. Now, to reassure Hanuman, they informed him that Sita was safe. Overjoyed and relieved, Hanuman rushed to where Sita was staying. Upon seeing her, he shed tears of happiness. Sita again pleaded, "Dear Hanuman, please remain here for just one day. I gain great relief from my burning grief by your association. Indeed, your return is uncertain, as is my survival. Because of my intense unhappiness, I don't see how Ram, Lakshman and the monkeys will ever be able to cross the ocean. Regardless, you must urge them to come quickly and rescue me, for I do not feel I can remain alive under these conditions." Hanuman tried to comfort Sita, and he assured her of Ram's ability to rescue her. Having made up his mind to depart, Hanuman ascended the Arshit mountain. In his eagerness to see Ram after completing, Hanuman ascended the Arshit mountain. In his eagerness to see Ram after completing his mission, Hanuman began crushing the peaks of the mountain with his feet. Then as Hanuman expanded his size, the mountain began to crumble. The Gandharvas and animals residing there began fleeing in fear. Indeed, as Hanuman took his mighty leap, the 30 yojan high mountain sank down until it was leveled with the earth. Sailing through the sky, Hanuman again touched the Menak mountain in a gesture of respect. Finally, as he approached Mahendra mountain, Hanuman began roaring jubilantly while waving his tail, anxious to meet his monkey friends. When they heard Hanuman's roar, the monkeys waiting on the shore became eager to catch a glimpse of their hero. Jambavan told the others, judging from his exuberance, Hanuman has been successful in his mission. The monkeys began excitedly springing from tree to tree, mountain peak to mountain peak, waving their cloths as Hanuman finally came into view. They stood up with folded hands to watch him descend upon Mahendra mountain. The monkeys gathered around mountain and finally around Hanuman, shouting with delight, and presented him with fruits and roots. Hanuman first offered his respects to the elders, including Jambavan, then to Prince Angad. He answered their eager inquiries and informed them that he had found Sita. Hearing that Sita was still alive, the monkeys became overjoyed and embraced Hanuman again and again. Thereafter, Angad praised Hanuman for his great heroism and devotion to Lord Ram, and sat down with Hanuman to talk. Jambavan then approached and requested Hanuman to narrate the entire story of his jump to Lanka and subsequent discovery of Sita. As the monkeys eagerly crowded around, Hanuman mentally offered his respects to Sita and related the details of his journey to Lanka, how he found Sita and his desecration of the city. He concluded by saying, because of her constantly being tormented by fierce Rakshasis, the gentle Sita suffers unbearable anguish. Although Ravan offers her everything in his possession, Sita scorns him, for she knows no one but Ram as her lord. Although constant absorption in Ram keeps her alive, Sita will certainly wither away and die if she is not rescued soon. So let us attack Lanka at once and bring Sita back to Ram at Kishkindha. I know that I am able to defeat all the Rakshasas single-handedly, as is Angad. Think of how pleased Ram would be if we not only found Sita, but rescued her too. Indeed, I could easily have brought Sita back here with me, but because I did not have your permission, I restrained myself. Angad then said, once out of respect for the Ashwini Kumars, Lord Brahma blessed their sons Menta and Dvivida that they would be incapable of being slain in battle. Because of these proud monkeys were able to defeat the entire army of the demigods and forcibly drank their nectar. I think they could easily conquer Ravan. Indeed, since they are here with us, I agree that we should attack Lanka and return to Ram only after rescuing Sita. Jambavan said, "O Prince, your plan lacks wisdom. You have forgotten that we are only ordered to find Sita and not to fight for her recovery. Even if we were successful, I think that Ram would be displeased for it. He vowed before all the monkeys that he would kill Ravan and win back Sita." Angad, Hanuman and other monkeys accepted Jambavan's advice. Without further delay, they departed for Kishkindha. Along the way, the monkeys came to Madhuvan, the heavenly forest owned by Sugriv. Being eager to drink honey, they requested Angad to stop for a while. In that forest, the monkeys began to partake of roots, fruits and honey to their full satisfaction. Within a short time, they all became intoxicated while laughing, dancing and singing. They sported in the most boisterous manner, turning the nice garden into a shambles. At this, the superintendent of the grove, named Dadimukh, became very angry. He came and told the monkeys to stop. They insulted him with harsh words. Then, trying to save the garden, Dadimukh began chastising some of the monkeys, pacifying others, and even striking some with his hands. Unfortunately, this infuriated the intoxicated monkeys. They jumped upon Dadimukh and began kicking, biting, and scratching him. Indeed, Hanuman encouraged the monkeys, saying, "Enjoy yourself as you please. I will check anyone who stops you." Angad echoed this sentiment, and thus the monkeys fearlessly thrashed the guards and stripped the garden of all its edibles. Eventually, Dadimukh was set free, and the monkeys continued their drunken activities. Some of the monkeys lay down lazily, while others became insulting and boisterous. All the guards then approached Dadimukh, submitting their complaints about the monkeys' behavior. The superintendent assured them he would put a stop to their rampage. Dadimukh uprooted a huge tree, and guards followed him by picking up the huge boulders. As the guards approached Hanuman, the other monkeys prepared to encounter them. Under the influence of intoxication, Angad grabbed Dadimukh, who happened to be his grand uncle, and after throwing him to the ground, began beating him mercilessly. Finally, when Dadimukh was let go, he took the guards with him to meet Sugriv, thinking the king would surely kill the monkeys for their misconduct. When Dadimukh thus arrived at Kishkindha and touched Sugriv's feet with his head, the king could see that he was highly agitated. Dadimukh then described the misbehavior of Angad and his followers. At this time, Ram and Lakshman came to see what was the matter, and Sugriv explained, "Angad and his party are now at Madhuvan. From the description of their raucous behavior, it appears they have been successful in their mission. I'm sure that Hanuman has found Sita, otherwise the monkeys would never dare to act with such abandon." Hearing this, Ram and Lakshman became enlivened. Likewise, Sugriv was overjoyed and told Dadimukh indirectly, "Your complaint conveys good news to me, therefore the mischief by the monkeys should be tolerated. Please return now to Madhuvan and tell Angad and others that I want to see them immediately." Taking his order upon his head, Dadimukh sprang into air. When he arrived at Madhuvan, he saw that the monkeys had become sober and were passing the honey from their bodies as urine. Dadimukh then approached Angad with sweet words, saying, "Please forgive me for trying to forbid you and your followers from enjoying the gardens. O Prince, your uncle has been exceedingly pleased, and he wants you to return to Kishkindha at once." Turning to his followers, Angad said, "I suggest we return to Kishkindha without delay. Still, even though I am the prince, I do not consider myself superior to any of you. On the contrary, I feel completely dependent on all of you. I shall do whatever you recommend. I await your order." Fully satisfied by his statement, the monkeys replied, "O Prince, your humility is just befitting an exalted personality. It indicates your eligibility to receive further good fortune. Let us not waste another moment, for Sugriv and Ram await our arrival." Thereafter, all the monkeys leaped forward towards Kishkindha like so many stones shot from a catapult. Seeing the monkeys approach in the distance, Sugriv went to the grief-stricken Ram, saying, "Angad has come. I knew he would not dare return to Kishkindha without achieving success, and unless he had located Sita, he would have never devastated the Madhuvan garden given to my father Riksharaj by my grandfather, Lord Brahma, if he had failed in his mission." Before long, Angad's party arrived back in the presence of Ram. Hanuman excitedly declared, "Sita is safe. She has remained fixed in her vows of chastity, never once accepting Ravan's advances." Ram looked upon Hanuman with eyes laden with love and respect. All the monkeys offered their obeisances to Sugriv, Ram, and Lakshman. Unable to contain themselves, they repeated everything Hanuman had told them about Sita. When monkeys finally fell silent, Ram said, "Describe to me the exact location of Ravan's abode and tell me more about Sita, how she really feels about me now." All the monkeys then pushed Hanuman forward so that he could give an authoritative answer. Bowing to the south, Hanuman related the events leading to his discovery of Sita. Then he delivered to Ram the jewel from Sita's head and said, "The devotion of King Janak's daughter is completely fixed upon you. In separation from you, she can hardly maintain her life. Hanuman then related Sita's messages, how Indra's son in the form of crow had scratched her breast, how Ram had decorated her face with red oxide, and how due to being tortured by the Rakshasis she would surely give up her life. As he listened to Hanuman, Ram pressed Sita's jewel to his heart, and both he and Lakshman shed incessant tears. Ram said, "This jewel was presented to Sita by her father at the time of her marriage. Long ago, King Indra gave the jewel to Maharaj Janak after becoming pleased with the king's sacrificial performances. O Hanuman, I have become practically unconscious from the intense grief. Therefore, please repeat the messages given by Sita, for they act like a cool water sprinkled upon my head." In reply, Hanuman narrated, "After Sita finished telling me the story of how you chastised Indra's son Jayant, she said, although Ram is unlimitedly powerful and unconquerable, he does not come here to rescue me. I can only conclude that this misfortune is the result of some terrible sin I committed in a past life." Hanuman continued, "I offered to carry Sita back to you, but she refused, for she was unwilling to touch another male. Again and again she said, 'You must convince Ram to come here quickly to rescue me. My grief is practically unbearable and I do not know how much longer I can go on living.' O Hanuman, how will Ram, Lakshman and monkeys ever be able to cross over the ocean to Lanka? I know you are able to kill Ravan and deliver me to Ram. However, it is my desire that Ram himself come here to rescue me, so his spotless reputation will further be enhanced. I do not wish to be returned to Ram the way I was brought to Lanka, carried by another." Hanuman concluded, "I assured Sita that the other monkeys were superior to me and could easily jump over the ocean to Lanka. I also told her that if necessary, I could carry you and Lakshman on my back. In this way, I pacified Sita a little. However, considering her precarious condition, I urge you to quickly devise some means whereby we can all attack Lanka without further delay." Thus ends the narration of Sundarkand. And next time we shall begin the Yuddhakand of Ramayana. Thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.